Tonight at 5:30, this is what a lot of central Indiana looks like right now. Lots of areas are underwater. This image right here is particularly from Jackson County near Seymour.
So the good news is some of the water is starting to recede. Our Samantha Johnson spent the day in Jackson County, where the worst of the flooding is now over.
The White River here behind me crested Sunday evening at well over 19.5 feet. That's the third highest record Seymour has ever seen, just behind the '08 flood. So now the White River and several others causing major headaches all across Jackson County.
Indiana conservation officers are putting their airboats to good use this week after several water rescues over the weekend.
We still have water rescues. We're still continuing to do so. We're receiving calls. We received calls just this morning.
Conservation Officer Claire Jenkins says this is an overflowing Muscatatuck River. Its banks are supposed to be on the other side of that tree line. Now floods cover acres of fields, and they've shut down county roads just south of Seymour.
It is just so flooded here right now that it is over the road and all the way up here.
We rode with conservation officers Monday. They say they expect this water to stick around for days.
On the very edge of this, it doesn't look very deep, but I promise you it is. We were out there and you could not see the bottom.
On Sunday, officers had to rescue a stranded kayaker clinging to a tree and yelling for help. Jenkins says the floodwater is also bitter cold despite the sunny blue skies.
You can die of hypothermia. It happens very quickly and quietly. It's not worth your lives. It's not worth your cars. It's not worth it at all. So just stay away from the floodwaters.
In Jackson County, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
And Jenkins says rural communities with lots of hills can be even more dangerous when it comes to trying to get through floodwaters.
And another reminder for drivers, turn around, don't drown. And you're going to find even more flooding once you cross the border from Indiana south into Kentucky.
Look at this. It is the floodwaters covering several blocks in Dawson Springs. That is about an hour and 15 minutes from Evansville, Indiana. And we want to show you this video from a riverfront restaurant in Prospect. It's a town near Louisville, and the owners intentionally flooded the building with 6 feet of fresh water as part of an effort to keep the dirty floodwaters out of it.
Oh, that's a strategy there. They're hoping the water outside doesn't go above 6 feet, because if it does, then it will start to come in and enter through the ductwork, the windows, and the doors.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I've never seen that.
Okay, well, what about Cincinnati? The Ohio River is cresting today in that area. If you're familiar with Cincy, this is the flood zone that is between the Red Stadium and the Ohio River.
You can see cars covered by the water and the roads, and there's just so much water that you cannot get to some of the restaurants on the river without a boat. Such a sight to see. They say it's been 30 years since they've seen anything like this in Cincinnati.